Hello, I'm Reverend Jeannie McLaughlin, and I'm here to talk to you today about the law of generosity. I understand that our church is going through a bit of a hard financial hardship right now, and so I would like to offer a different point of view, perhaps, than something that we haven't thought of yet, but I'd like to talk about the law of generosity. Being generous is one of the biggest attributes of God. Father God is so generous. And because we are part of Father God, we too, it's innate, it's inherent in us to be generous. So, what I'd like to recommend is for us to go out and do something for our community in a way where we receive joy from what we're doing. If we're helping our community with perhaps the homeless, uh, we could we could do we could gather as teams and go out as under our name of the church and be do some very generous things. And yeah, Charles Fillmore talks about it in his book Dynamic for Living, that whenever we give, we should be doing it with a generous heart, doing it with joy. You know, people that give from their bank accounts automatically, they don't really actually get involved with that act of giving, therefore, they miss the joy in it. Charles Fillmore also talks about that we should be giving, 10% tithers. That is for like having a consciousness of God first, putting God first, strengthening our relationship with Spirit. And in doing so, it just makes our faith stronger. Knowing that every time, like if you receive a paycheck once a week, if you take 10% off the top of that and put it into donate that to the church, you're putting God first in your life. But it doesn't have to be to the church. You can give as long as you're just constantly in a state of generosity, to cultivate this state of generosity. The definition of a tithe is having the consciousness of God first. And so I'd recommend that we really take a look at our tithing and do it in a way that is joyful, and let's get the whole church involved, where we let the church, full disclosure, this is what we're dealing with, and we believe in the law of generosity, and so we're going to donate to or tithe to other organizations. And we'll do this in front of the whole congregation. We'll take our check that we're going to tithe to another organization and ask the whole congregation to bless this money so that they can feel joy in their heart that their money from our church is going out to bless others. There's also the law of circulation. I mean, we could all have a day where we bring things to donate, things that we don't want at our house, even better yet, things we do want, but we want to give it. We want to give it joyously to someone else that's going to receive it in joy. So those are the kinds of things that I think we should get involved in. Also, we could reach out to organizations like, I think there's bowling alleys that'll let the whole, we do it as a family outing. We all get together, we go bowling, and the bowling alley will provide some of the money back to the church. That would be so much fun. Plus, it would expand our bonding. It would just help our bonding too. But it's those kinds of things. God is our source. That's why we put God first. The people in the church, that's not our source. God is our source, therefore we put God first, And we strengthen our relationship with God when we put God first. It makes sense, total sense. And then we do it with joy. And then we watch. We don't give to get, but trust me, it's fun, and you will understand why we're doing it. Godspeed.